Yo, this is Miss Wanda.
Good afternoon, good evening. My name is Plus. Nego Babla.
Bamdou, tout le monde, explain to me why you don't listen to the sweet podcast. Bamdou, guys, you are Zoe Poze, and you are listening to the sweet podcast, baby. Wait, m'attendez, pas de problème. Attendez, pas féminin. Attendez, fin tendez tout bagay yo. Parce que y a un bon bagay ou pas tendez là. Non, m'tou pas féminin. Yo, pas man radio non. Pas man radio.
What's up, everyone? My name is Wanda Tima, and you are listening to the Sweet Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all your support and the love you guys have been showing us on social media. The Sweet Podcast is powered by your favorite Haitian diaspora platform, L'Union Sweet, where we are redefining the narrative of Haiti and Haitians every day. So I have a very funny and interesting interview for you guys today. I was hoping it was going to be serious, but the way things are going behind the scenes, the lead up to even getting to this point, the 3 times we had to do the intro, I think it's just going to end up being a pretty funny interview. So I am here today with 2 of my favorites, 2 of the main comedians I started following. We started L'Union Sweet. I have to go in order because I'm pretty sure I discovered or found Plus first. So I knew about Plus first before Poze. So we're here today with Plus and Poze. I'm gonna try to do the professional thing with them before they get crazy. So let me give you some information about them. So Plus uses laughter as a relief. Look at my dad. He even started. Look, okay, this is the serious part of Plus. Plus uses laughter as a relief from the harsh realities of being raised by a single Haitian mother while growing up in South Florida. Born Alain Pierre-Louis. Plus, the oldest of 3 kids, used his natural humor and wit to serve as a distraction from the financial hardship he and his family endured. In 2008, Plus gained universal recognition for his Rick Ross parodies, which is how I found you, which landed 100,000 views within his first week and garnered over 4 million hits to date. In 2009, Plus extended his art form across a variety of entertainment, including sketch comedy, event hosting, and stand-up comedy and acting. Ooh. Oh, he do it all. Real Haitian. I like that. Real Haitian.
Just can't do one thing. One mouth.
Real Haitian. 10 jobs. So Plus, say hi. Say hello.
How are you guys? The Sweet Podcast. Very happy to be here. Shouts out to Wanda. Thank you guys for inviting me. Mlawi Munyo.
Ula?
Mlawi.
Okay, I see Poze is on his best behavior. So let me go ahead and get this out the way for you. So Poze is a self-proclaimed social media influencer, actor, and comedian that's been sharing laughter with the community for years and continues to make his mark every day in our community. Zoe Poze has the professionalism to facilitate your event, the goofiness that he has to energize your event in wit to humor your audience. My bad, Poze. You know, it's like
it's your fault.
My bad. So he is 25 years old. Oh, we put not age. And a communications major at Broward College. He loves to travel, especially because what he does for a living allows him to do so as well. Hi, Poze.
Hi. How are you? Como é? How are you?
I keep forgetting how young you are.
Makes you so angry.
I keep forgetting.
Why?
I'm furious.
Why?
But I think when I met you, you were 18, though.
Yeah, I was 18.
Yeah. I remember hearing that. I was like,
19.
you 18.
I'm furious because when I was 18, I didn't have this kind of direction.
No.
I didn't have this kind of purpose.
No.
That's why I'm furious.
No, and his Poze is serious. Like, he has plans.
Come on, bro.
You know, and he listens.
There's a structure. Come on.
I'm not going to go too far in the story, but I don't want to tell people, like, how I always remember that he was 18 was because when we first, became, friends, I was, invited Poze out after hours. Mama ipa talk on time. She had to make sure I'm aware. He's 18, Wanda. Where y'all going?
Yeah,
where were we going? We was going to Orlando. And she had to make sure that who you was going with. Yeah. And I think, like, Sejo was with us, too. But I don't think you told her about Sejo. I think you just said me.
No, she knew. She
Oh, okay.
To this day, they want to know who I'm leaving with.
That's
right.
the thing I admire about your family. They don't just let you, like, my mother can care less where I am. Poze's mother wants to know, hey, what's his social? What's his last name? I need to know who that is, man.
Yo,
I appreciate that. That's love, bro.
Yeah, it's like a blessing and a curse, because like, you know, when they know you're about to leave, they have like 10,000 errands for you to run before you actually go need to do. That's why I was late today. That's why I was late today.
So, guys, before we get in the interview, both of you guys were raised in South Florida.
Yeah.
We kind of have an idea, you know, what year you were in high school.
Not a damn.
Poze. So it's got two completely different time frames
Yeah.
of growing up in South Florida. So what was that like?
Well, growing up in South, so I grew up in North Miami. Got Figgy Poze, got my face. So I grew up in North Miami. So like, when we first got to North Miami, from like I can know maybe like Miami Shores, I guess we moved from.
Yeah.
It was like real Hispanic, and then I got to watch North Miami turn Haitian. Right. So when I got there, I believe we were the only Haitians on the block. It was us and like our neighbors. And then slowly the Poyos moved out, and we moved in. I don't know if it was rent ownership, but we moved in. And then going to school, like, I was still in school when they had Haitian days.
Yeah.
I graduated high school 2005. So I was in junior high in the 90s. So like I remember like you walk into the schoolhouse and everybody's face looks weird, like all eyes are on you. I need to find some Haitians to hang out with today. I need to hang out with Haitians because
you know it's going down.
When you click up, nobody gets stupid. That's what I've learned that in high school.
I didn't know that. Nobody taught me that because I came in from Turks and Caicos. I didn't know I needed to click.
What school you went to?
William Dandy and then Dillard High School.
See,
I was not ready.
I don't know what Broward was like. Was Broward nicer?
No, Broward. If I heard you guys were bad, Broward was nasty.
It depends on the school you went to.
I went to the two hood schools.
William Dandy,
you know, William Dandy.
And, Dillard.
Yeah, we right there smack dab in the middle of, that's gang culture
Black
and
American
everything.
Central.
Oh, yeah. I went to Miami Central. I ain't got to tell you. I ain't got to tell you. So, like, before I graduated, like, there were, like, Haitian gangs. Like, so, like, Haitian dudes clicking up, and every lunch, it was just big Haitian dudes knocking off American guys. It was amazing. Like, literally, that was our own revolution. We had our own revolution in the high schools in Miami.
You know what's interesting when we talk about it, even in our content, like we post captions, and people are like, wait, y'all were going through that too in the 2000s? People think like in the 1990s or something it stopped, and I'm like, no.
The problem is when things get better, like people have real short-term memory. Like none of my American friends remember making Haitian jokes.
Nope.
Nobody remembers the Haitian jokes.
Nobody remembers.
Nope.
You understand? Everybody, it wasn't that bad for y'all. Like,
Right.
Nobody remembers.
I've been eating Clio. No, you didn't.
Get the hell out of here.
You started last week, buddy.
Right.
You remember
Stop it.
trying to open up a plate of legume at lunchtime? Come on, bro. What's that smell? Come on, bro.
Y'all had legume at lunch?
Man, because sometimes my uncle would send me to school with, like, food. Like, food, bro.
See, you lucky they send you to school where they like you could at least not be embarrassed. My mom came to the school right before lunch.
And bought you your lunch.
Yep.
Like, I think me making good grades in school was for that. So that my ogre never pulled up in her moo-moo like I saw the other people do. Bro, I can't afford that, bro.
I feel like every Haitian kid has a moo story. I don't have the moo story. My mama was one of those, m'bavle moun pale. Like, what's the word? M'bavle moun pale soumwen? Type of Haitians.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like she probably would have on the moo, but she wasn't getting out the car.
My mother had the wherewithal to, like, know that this would embarrass you. So it was like, if you want to be a class clown, if you want to make jokes in school, if you want to turn class into a comedy show, I'll be funny. I'll be funny too. And that was her thing. Got me right, bro. Never again, bro.
Yeah, tell me about son.
Talking about comedy, how long, of course, what did they send you to school for, or what were you going to do before you started doing comedy? Because nobody just came up and was going to do comedy.
So when I graduated high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But at that point, you know, Haitian mothers, to live in this house, you need a major. You understand? You don't have to pay rent. You need a degree to live in this house.
Yeah.
So I became a funeral service major.
What?
Right. So I was at Miami-Dade North. They literally have a program there. There's bodies on the campus.
Oh.
And so I literally did a year and a half of it. Like, it's a 2-year major. I'm still maybe about 8 credits shy of finishing that degree. So I was doing it. It's just like, it wasn't it. Like, it's just, it's a common sense major. If you know common sense, you can pass the test, because I wasn't studying.
I've never heard of that. I didn't know, like, that's like something you go to get a certificate and you're out.
They told me in high school, it's a 2-year major. You can jump out making $80,000 a year. Like, I didn't like school, so that kind of math appealed to me. So that's what I was doing. But it's like, I dropped out because I was feeling it. I mean, my mother got into it. I went back to become a nurse. I couldn't get past anatomy because I don't remember my jokes. So imagine me trying to remember the parts of the body. Come on, bro. Every time I tell my jokes, they're completely different because I don't memorize anything.
Wow.
When I was a kid, I didn't memorize Bible verses. I was bad at that.
That's important for a comedian.
I get the gist of all my jokes.
Wow.
And they come out the way they come out. Naturally.
Exactly.
Wow.
Because I've never written these things down and rehearsed them. Because that's not the way I'm going to...
So you on your Lil Wayne, you just get in the studio and you spit.
I got to, because like if you try to word by word, and like we're in Miami, so it's like I perform in front of Cubans, whites, Hispanics, Haitians. You can't use the same kind of words to deliver these messages anyway.
Yeah, we're definitely getting to the type of comedy you do in your audience. So Poze, what was your original direction?
Woo! Don't laugh, y'all. I wanted to become a cop.
You wanted to become a cop?
Yeah. He got nervous.
I'm
Look,
His eyes went like,
he slid down and then like, police. Police.
Yeah, so I wanted to become a cop. I basically, before I graduated, I did the whole 9 yards. Like I was in Police Explorers.
Your parents supported
You
that?
were one of
Yeah.
those? You were an
You were in
explorer?
academy?
Or he was about that.
No, he was ready.
I was ready. Like I did all the training. Like I was friends with the. I'm still friends with him now on Facebook. With the sergeant. His name's Sergeant Lee Estrand. Like he taught me everything I know, like from direction, from personal, like self-defense, like everything. Like being aware of your surroundings, telling me where to sit in every building you in, so you could like.
What's
Shoot
wild
bad guy.
is I could see you being a cop, like the friendly neighborhood cop.
Yeah.
I can see it.
I can't see him slamming nobody down or anything like that, but I can see him pulling up, bringing candy to the
his
kids.
belly in that uniform.
Getting
I can
the
see it. I can see him strutting license and registration. I see it so vividly in my mind.
Yeah, bro. So I was ready for it too. Then like before that, I wanted to be a lawyer because I like law.
Yeah.
I like watching like law shows, but like when I got down to the nitty gritty of it, like when I found a teacher who could actually explain to me exactly what law studies consist of, I was like, that ain't for me. I'll enforce the law instead.
Yeah.
So it's like when I got to that, and then I found comedy.
So but yours was different though. You kind of like just did some stuff online, and then it took off, right?
Yeah, I just started doing these little 15-second videos. No, it was Vine at first. It was 6-second videos, then 15-second videos, and then 30-second videos, 1-minute videos, and then I started dropping stuff on YouTube as well. Like I compiled all my videos, made a compilation, because I didn't know exactly what to put on YouTube yet, so I did that. That took off, and it's like and then like at some point, I got booked to go to New York and Jersey, and of course, my father went with me. I can't go by myself. So,
Dad, like what time we pulling up?
yeah, so like I did that one show. I never did stand-up comedy.
That's what I was saying. You went from just posting some stuff on IG that was funny
stand-up
and
comedy.
made it all the way to the stage that
Yeah,
quick.
because like I used to watch stand-up comedy a lot.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing that can connect me and my father, because like how Haitian men are, like that no emotion. There's nothing that you could do. Like you don't play basketball with them. You'll do nothing. So it's like that's the one thing: action movies and stand-up comedy. So
Sit there, watch it together.
yeah, so you sit there watch that together, and I always seen like so it's like basically I already had a sense of the structure. So I was like, let me just like people were asking me like, yo, have you ever done stand-up before? Like I remember I got a DM like that. I see you on the show for a while. I'm like, what you gonna do on stage? I was like, and this is about like 3 weeks before the show. I'm like, he right. What am I gonna do on stage? I already agreed. Tickets, flights are booked. Everything booked. I was like, kiss I'm about to stage. So I was like, you know what? I just went back and looked at my videos, wrote them down, and elaborated on it.
That's the name.
And that's it. You just, when you were hit, you did good. You didn't bomb. You didn't run off the stage crying, nothing.
No, I wasn't
Wow.
running off the stage.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
No, that's crazy.
So
So
yeah.
with you, Plus, you like, and I remember having this conversation with someone before, and I was like, yo, Plus is a comedian. Like,
without you.
he's been doing this forever, and you didn't really come from the Haitian market. You did the Rick Ross thing, blew up online, and then you started doing
stand-up.
the stand-up, and you started doing the Haitian stuff, but that's not where you come from.
Yeah, that's not where I started at.
Yeah.
So I was doing, literally, I remember me and Success, we were doing American stand-up. We saw Zoe Poze, Vlad, Jonas, Cello on a flyer at Mocha Cafe. It was like, how are these boys doing stand-up and we've never heard about it.
Yeah.
So
I swear, that might have been the year we all linked up.
if that was
That had to be the
that's
year.
the
It was
same
at
year.
Mocha, and all the New York guys came. That's
Because-
when I met all of them in the same room.
That's the same
Wow,
year
that's like-
when I remember this like it was yesterday because so much greatness happened that night. Like that night, somebody came up to me, was like, "Yo, dude, want to talk to you?" I'm like, "Who?" He from Jersey. Who? Fetty Wap. I'm like, "Whoa, what?"
Ooh.
I was like, yo, I appreciate the video you did. You remixed my song. That's love. Da da da. Yeah, B. That's the first time I got introduced to Jersey slang. And then you came up to me like, mind you, I ain't drink yet. Like I wasn't a drinker. You came up with that pineapple mango barbecue.
Oh, shoot,
You was
I
like, yo, try this, yo. This is the truth.
Changed his
I
life.
tried it. I was like,
He changed his life.
Don't go tell people I started you drinking.
no, you ain't stop. Like I've been drinking. When I was in New York, I had Long Island's. Those are trash drinks. I didn't like the way it made me feel.
Oh, I exposed you to the sweet, the calm, and the shutdown.
Yeah.
Your
Okay.
body needed barbecue. That's
Yeah,
what your body
that's what
needed.
it is.
Your ancestors were calling you. You understand?
I swear, everything changed ever since I had that sip of barbecue, bro. Like, I'm balik
Yo,
girl,
that, that really was the night when all you. So were you were in there? Yeah, Pose was in there that night. So you was in there.
But the difference is me and Success snuck in.
Oh,
Like we
okay.
weren't like, because we didn't know that there was such a thing as Haitian comedy.
Yeah.
So I was like, we have to get in on this. Like
Yeah.
we have the stories, but we were just trying to. We were like, when you're performing for Americans as like a kid of an immigrant, you're doing like fish out of water comedy. So it's like you're telling them how your experience was as compared to their experience. So while you guys were watching Full House, I had to watch Carnival videos because my uncle owned the TV. So we're watching Carnival videos, me playing, I don't want to hear any of this shit, but I have to hear it. Me watching
1999.
all 75 members of King Posse on the video. So it's like, talking about that experience is one thing, but when you talk to people who feel that, it's a whole nother experience.
connection.
So I'm watching Jonas and V, Cello, Zoe Poze, I'm watching them do stories that are my stories too.
Yeah.
But before, we just never had anybody to tell these stories too. Like now, there's a full-blown market for Haitian comedy. There are people willing to come out, there are people online, I mean, at least millions at this point, people
Yeah.
online consuming content. So, I mean, now we have the wherewithal to know that we can sell, we can perform for our own people.
Exactly.
And that wasn't always common knowledge.
And that, of course, for a lot of comedians is important. And, of course, a lot of you guys have blown up on social media. Not just Haitian comedians either. A lot of all of these American comedians, even some that wasn't doing it before now are kind of like slowly coming online. Look at Will Smith, for example. Will popped up all of a sudden, did an IG, and now he's like the best
You have to.
content creator on IG, right? But a lot of people still, like, even though you guys are so popular and you're actually, you know, in the craft, you're doing work, still kind of consider you IG comedians. Like, if you didn't start on stage, I don't know if that's your experience plus, but people call y'all like, oh, they're IG comedians.
Yeah.
When I first started, I was, doing YouTube. So
Yeah.
it's like they told me, you're not a comedian until you go on stage. So like once I began to do the stage, IG hit. And you didn't really need the stage anymore. So in my journey right now, like I don't think you should let any of that title business bother you.
Yeah.
Nah.
Because as far as I'm concerned, on-stage comedian, online comedian, what are you doing? What are you bringing in? What are you booking? Where are you working?
Exactly.
You understand? What are you producing? Because if you take pride in just being a guy who started on stage and you can't shake like an online dude shakes, then what is it? What's the point?
Yeah.
What's the whole point? Like, what's the whole point of having this skill, nobody to perform to?
One advice I'll have for somebody who's struggling with the title, like people call me IG comedian all the time. It don't matter. It depends on who your audience is. Because I have an audience for the stage, I have an audience for IG, I have an audience for YouTube. It just make sure you've dabbled in everything.
Yeah.
Because there's people that've seen my work, but it's not through IG, it's not through YouTube, and it's not on stage.
That's what's special. Is that like when you go out, people come up to you and they tell you what they like you from.
Yeah.
So it's like I have people who still say those Rick Ross videos back in the day. Cool.
Yeah.
People who say I seen your Haitian character. Cool. I saw you on the show before. Cool. I saw you on TV. Like you get to kind of see where they saw you from.
Yeah.
Because of you've been doing different things.
So
Exactly.
you're not even affected by that.
No.
Nah, come on, I don't feel it. Because
Yeah.
if that's where you know me from, then that's what you see me as.
But they know you, right? They
Come
know
on.
you. They know
That's
you.
what's important.
Yeah.
There's one
what's
audience that slept on, the Island TV audience.
Really?
Because that's the audience that I said, like, it's not
That's my
YouTube, it's
mom
not
and
IG,
her
it's like all the
aunts and,
Tigamos.
like, yeah.
Because I'll be walking around, like, Little Haiti or North Miami.
It's
Ou
hard.
sonjou, oui. Mba sonje ki bon men kon. Ah, c'est Neg Island TV. I'm like, that was my name, Neg Island TV.
I did a commercial on
Don't
TV
remember
for
the
like
show.
a home adjuster, and it's like the old ladies, like they recognize me
Exactly.
from that.
There's like you can't forget because that's all they do. They watch Island TV, and Island TV they rerun a lot of commercials and a lot of the shows.
And they see you a lot.
And that TV stays there for 12 hours
It
a day.
stays on.
12 hours a day on Island TV.
With you, Poze, you kind of started out with the Haitian comedian title already attached, right? But you didn't.
Yeah.
So is that now an advantage or a disadvantage?
It's both, right? Because like I've learned Haitian people, right? They like their things to be exclusive. So it's like I like being able to call you a Haitian comedian, and I like that you perform for us only and not for them. I remember that in the past we tried to put like English subtitles in the videos, and they was like, "Oh, why you doing that for? It's for us. Well, you take that off. That's for us."
And from a marketing standpoint, that
It's
makes
the best
sense
thing
for
to do
you.
so that you can include more people. But Haitians, they
Right.
wanted it to be for us. So it's like now, like I come to Miami often, and people try to play me as if I don't do it. Like I can't do it anymore. Like my old fans are like, "Oh, so you don't do comedy? You don't do comedy in English anymore?" And it's like, of course I do, but I do more Haitian stuff now because that's where like the love is.
Yeah.
But like, because I love like when I do Haitian rooms, I can't really curse. I can't really be filthy.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. So it's like when I do American shows, that's where I can get it off at. So I do a great deal of them, but it's just that.
And I think you guys set the standard for that. So I come from, comedy, well, of course, American comedy, where I was used to hearing cursing and everything else. And then, of course, because of what I do, and I started listening to more to the Haitian stuff. So I remember being, I think in New York at the Milk River.
Yeah.
And I think most of you guys were there too that night. And I think maybe Success. Yes, it was Success up there. And he was cursing.
Yeah.
And I was like uncomfortable. I was like, whoa, like, wait a minute.
That's so.
Oh,
That's one of
I
our.
wasn't used to him cursing, and I was like, wait a minute. And it's weird because it shouldn't be. Why am I shocked that Success is cursing? But because I had already have this image of this Haitian comedian, hearing him in Vlad curse, I was like, wait. I'm looking around the room like, I think people are upset.
That was our very first up north tour. So it was our first time really going up there. So we were still trying to figure out the Haitian market. So it's like up until recently, like we did the improv recently for Haitian Heritage Month, and curse up a storm because that's the environment.
Yeah.
But before then, like, I remember I'd be doing my jokes, drop a bitties here, then I can see people in the crowd cringing.
Uncomfortable.
I can see them. So it's about either I have a good show or the show that I want.
Exactly. And remember that one guy that had booked all of us? He didn't tolerate cussing at all.
At all.
Kingdom Takeover.
Really?
Because he was, so he first of all got 700 people on a Wednesday in North Miami. God.
Wow.
Right?
Who does that?
But he was promoting to the churches. So it's like the bulk of his audience, and that's another thing, like with comedy especially, the church crowd will show up and pay money more than the Bitties club crowd.
Sergio was telling me that. Sergio told me that in New York, and I was like, excuse me, what? Because he was like, yeah, you'll be surprised at the places where I perform, and more people show up and they pay and everything else versus like my audience that I expect to show
I
up.
do at least 2 or 3 dozen Haitian churches a year. Wow. Just going in there doing 30 minutes of comedy about the Lord.
Wow.
Yep.
Because like they'll pay for that. Like the people who want that bitties, they'll only follow you online. They'll only double tap you online. Tell them come out to a late night show, and it's not the same kind of energy.
Man, I'm going to that shit, dog.
It's different energy.
So even with that, your church audience, are you speaking English or Creole?
So right now we're on tour. Me and Zoe Poze are on tour doing Coming Through America.
Yeah.
The show is 80% Creole. All the English comes from the hosting, which is I'm
Yeah,
hosting. It's
yeah,
English.
you're hosting.
It's in English. So I'm hosting this show. It's in English. But the sketches are mainly Creole.
Wow.
Like all of our American friends who come out, they get it because the physical comedy is funny.
Yeah, I don't think I really paid attention to what you guys are saying more than just watching and was dying laughing at coming through. Like, it was more like, yo, you guys are crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to see the little, 15, 30-second things on IG, but seeing the whole show put together is ridiculous.
And that's important, bro, because some of these comedians are artists.
Yeah.
Like Blex, like Zoe Poze, like
Oh my God, I love Blex. I discovered Blex at the first show, and I wasn't. That's the one that looks like
Success a little bit. Yeah.
So I was like, "Is this success?" What? And he acts, look like, and he is hilarious.
Yep.
Like, even though he looked like Success, they don't have the same style.
He's a different kind of.
He is hilarious.
I call Blex the Haitian Mr. Bean.
No,
Because he's so good at physical.
And it's simple for him. It doesn't even like look like he's trying hard.
But that's the thing. Like when you can be funny and like be in your subtlety, I think it's great. And I get that about Blex the most. I didn't know he was like that because you can't really showcase yourself in a few minutes, in a few seconds. But like see him on stage when the pressure's on for 7 to 8 minutes with other people with the lights on him, and it makes you mad, bro. Like he's really talented.
Have you performed in Haiti before, right?
Yes.
Have you?
Boko, turn map, turn.
So
Boko.
would coming through America would do well in Haiti? Honestly, let's be real. Would it do good?
Here's what I think it would do great in Haiti.
Yeah, I think it would do
and
better than great.
What helps me understand that is whenever I link up with dudes like Punch and get to talking, and I realize that like our experiences even over the seas are still crazy close.
But most of those shows and the people that book them, don't they normally expect French speaking or French content?
So the 2 shows that I've done in Haiti, they were both at the camera, right? And my audience was half like white French Canadian, a quarter from Haiti, a quarter diaspora. So when I walked in, they had Mr. Bean on the TV and they were laughing. And I didn't understand it at first, but it was physical comedy. The words didn't get it. So I walk up and I'm doing like English with like a dash of Creole. Nothing's moving, right? So I peep, okay, I'm not gonna survive this way. So I then abandon all my English and doing the Creole that I can, plus doing the most physical jokes that I can. So jokes that make me get up, fall, jump up and down, go into the crowd, because if you can understand me, those movements are funny.
Right.
So it's like, once I began to do that, I survived.
Yeah.
My second go round, I came in there knowing that I had a great show. But it was definitely like, it tested who I was.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know who I was performing for in the first place. Anyway,
because that's the thing with Haiti. People sometimes
pushes
think when
your
you do
potential.
stuff in Haiti, people already have a mindset of who you're going to.
You don't know who's in that room.
But you don't know who's in the room. I always say, depending on the price of the show, you should be able to kind of figure out, who your audience is. And another thing I've noticed, like, a lot of your comedy doesn't really do well like that in Haiti. Like, that's why the Punch and stuff do well. Like, for me, I love Punch, but I can only do so much of Punch.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know what he's saying.
Right.
I don't get the joke. Like, the connection is missing. So there's certain things he does where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is
feel it.
hilarious.
Yeah.
But I think he's amazing. But I can't follow Punch every single day and like everything he does because the disconnect.
so there are things that are universal. Like the family comedy is universal. A Haitian mom here, a Haitian mom in Haiti, same person. Same person. You understand? So some of those relationship things, sibling, brother, mother, father, Haitian church, those things are constant. You understand? Don't get me wrong. Like us growing up, different experiences.
Yeah.
But our parents, our family, our church, our siblings,
similarities.
how we're raised, our values are still because Haitians come here and raise you like it's Haiti.
Yeah.
It don't matter where we are, like they raise you like this is Oka, fam. This is Oka.
Yeah.
This is Oka. Stop playing with me. So it's like those things unite us. I think like whenever like I speak to Punch, I speak to Maya because Maya's been here like 2 years, and it's like I understand that like those things connect.
Yeah.
The upbringing.
Wait,
the values.
Maya's been in America for 2 years?
2 years, fam. Maybe a little less.
Amazing.
Damn, Elder, bro. Maya's amazes me every
Maya's a
time.
force, bro.
Yeah. Sergio was telling me about her. He's like, you sleeping on her if you don't know
Maya's a
her.
force. And the thing is, like, you know me, like, I'm a comedian, so it's like when people say I'm funny, like, let me see what you about. We picked her up from the airport. From the moment she's in the car, the girl don't turn off. You understand? Like, she really is funny. And she's been on, so like we coached her through her first stand-up performance in Jacksonville because she was apprehensive about it, but Maya hasn't.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to tell somebody, You have it. Don't worry about it. You have it.
Yep.
She has it.
Yeah, it's different audience for her too. Same thing like you just said.
Yeah.
You going to Haiti, same concept for her. She's stepping in this new space.
So,
you know,
right.
yeah.
And Maya did 15 minutes, which is like, for somebody new, 15 is a big deal. 15 is a huge deal. She went up there, did 15 minutes. The audience loved her. She got off stage, had a panic attack. But you did it.
Yeah.
But you did it. Oh, I love Maya, bro. She's amazing.
Well, what you just said, perfect segue to my next question, because a lot of people, now I've been seeing it, like when we post the videos, like people are like literally, okay, what's next, guys? Like a lot of people feel like they're kind of tired of the mama stuff. So is it that you guys are not really putting some of this other, you know, content that you're talking about out there for us to know, or the mama stuff been working so you stick to that? Because a large majority of the stuff is related, is family, my parents, my parents, right? So what is stopping you guys now from sharing the other content, or do you not feel like people are kind of tired of the same mama stuff in 10 different ways?
Well, so this year, this tour, we've introduced improv games to people. Because the thing is, like, our market's still a very old school market. They like what they like.
Yeah,
So
that's facts.
they like what it. So like in every show, like they're showing us that they're ready to try and accept different kinds of comedy. So our tour next year is 100% sketch and improv. I mean, like this is more sketch, and so I mean, and even with this tour, like the mom stuff, Success does 2 sketches up front, and then we give the rest of the show to the cast. You understand? So like we open it because that's what they want. Like they want to see him, and they want to see him in that element. So we open up first 2 sketches. But the rest of the show is sketches about dating, sketches about Haitian businesses, Haitian customer service.
Yeah. When y'all pulled out that real chicken, when Tico pulled out that real chicken at the first show, I was like, nah.
And the thing is, at every show, I don't know what they're gonna do with the chicken.
Y'all had a chicken. There was a real casket up there. I walked backstage and saw the casket and freaked out.
The Orlando show when Maya threw the chicken at Blacks. The frozen one.
Oh.
We had a live one
for the Miami.
We had it in Miami. Since then we've been using raw, but we had a live one in Little Haiti.
The one that Tico pulled out. Tico pulled out the live chicken and freaked me out.
No, but and then you have to, and don't get me wrong.
So why don't we see more of that on IG?
Well, as far as the improv games go, that's something that's better done live. Other kinds of comedy, and then there are only certain kind of dudes who do the mom comedy, and then also for example, the Haitian husbands, right? They do a different kind of comedy, a different kind of video. So it's like, if you want things that are outside of mother videos, then you have to support those things.
Yeah.
You have to encourage those things, or else niggas go back to being their mom.
Yeah.
You understand? If you really want something else, put your money in. I say, we broke. No, because
that's the line of the year.
Comedy you want comedy to be profitable. Yeah. So if you want something else, show that with your support, with your money. Support something else.
I was gonna say, let's talk business.
Let's talk business.
I get the calls, I get the little things from here and there from different people about the business end of this, the hate. I don't know if it's that this is new, because of course back in the day there was, y'all correct me because I don't know, I definitely 100% know Je suis Foi, because I remember Je suis Foi playing on my TV and I was not allowed to listen. I had to go in the room when my dad put it on. But that was the only person I know. Right. Like there's been the on movies and stuff like that, which is more comedy and things like that. So that was that. Now there's this new Haitian comedian, Haitian comedy. You guys are doing shows, you're booking shows every week. It's like 10 of y'all on the flyer, right? So from the business side, is it profitable? Is it making sense? Like 20 people on the flyer?
It is profitable. And don't get me wrong, right? Like this show is different because it's for comedians by comedians. You understand? So it's like, me as an artist, I'm more willing to work with a comedian than I am to work with a greedy promoter. Because I know that they're trying to get rich. And they're trying to abuse me. We're trying to build this, because at this point, all the shows, like the Haitian comedy shows that I've been on this year, we've put them on. You understand? Like these promoters, they'd rather pay 2 compa bands $15,000 to bring back $20,000.
I feel like
you understand what I'm saying? And not being bragging, but it's just numbers. Like a good ball brings in 300 people. A great comedy show brings in 5. You're not paying any comedian 15 bands.
But I'm hearing that they're saying that you guys aren't the ones bringing. They'll put you on the flyer, And they pay you a certain amount because they're like, you're not the ones really bringing it. It's this band and that band, and you just like the opening act, or you just like the host. It's not you.
Let me tell you something. First of all, you niggas never say it to my face. You know that. You know that.
But
matter of fact, I feel like because Wanda, you know me, like you know me, I don't have secrets. I don't play those games. So I feel like they may be talking about that cruise, and that cruise was amazing only because. Like, we got to show them.
Yeah.
You understand?
So did you guys end up, well, for people that don't know, so there was a cruise, and I think all you guys were booked for the cruise.
We were all booked for the cruise.
And
so
then what happened? They canceled you guys because they said no tickets were sold? Or
from what I understand, they were saying that we didn't sell any tickets. They were saying no tickets. And I was like, fam, no tickets? I got babies on the tour. I got babies. You telling me no tickets? My baby showing me receipts. You need no tickets, fam? Don't be crazy.
I don't say he got the Emmy.
So we was like, if there's no tickets, then we'll show you no tickets. So we say we're not coming, and then all of their people pulled out, because here's the thing, right? It doesn't matter who's the biggest person on your flyer. If the biggest person on your flyer won't promote your show, then the only fans you have are the ones we brought. That's just common sense. So it's like so the conundrum happened. They got pushed back. They came to us. They made things right. Success and Garyana was like, nah, I'm not doing it. I'm straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They was like, nah, I'm straight. I'm doing
and
it.
people don't realize, I love Success because he's so sweet and he's so, but people don't know, Success is a rock, okay? That boy is
was like, nah, I'm straight. I'm not doing it.
Like, he's just sweet enough, but that boy is a rock. Don't sleep on Success.
I told Frank, as long as I have everything up front, I will be on the boat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they made things right, and then because God don't like ugly, the comedy show was the only thing that worked on that boat.
Yeah.
Because nothing else, because their structure was, and that's from what I understand. So they put out that room because they were trying to pocket money. Yeah. They're trying to save money.
So it's not that these promoters are even sleeping on you guys and your talent. You think they're aware of what you can do, but is it that this is so new to them, they're afraid to put the monetary risk on you guys?
Zoe Poze has been doing this, 4 years now?
4 years.
4 or 5 years?
Bas, depuis 2013,
This isn't new. This isn't new, bro. Like, there's nothing new about what we do. It's just, it's a respect thing. And at this point, like, when you let people give you handouts and they book you for pennies, like, they give you kind of respect. So, I mean, at this point, we decided, let's work with Menage a Trois. Let's write the show. Let's direct the show. Let's rehearse the show. Let's build our own platform. And then they'll respect us eventually. They're going to have to.
Yeah. And coming to America, you guys have been sold out.
Because it's just...
You guys have been sold... Even to Brooklyn, when I was like, okay, like, they picked, like, a really funky little weekend, and y'all was sold out, okay?
And
I want to know where everybody parked at. Everybody was on time.
Everybody drove. First of all, Brooklyn came on time.
I was going to say, one thing I love about New Yorkers, when they support you, they support you.
Listen.
Don't worry about where they going to park everything. Or with me in Miami, I might be like, like, listen, this $20 to park right here.
I haven't been up
New
north.
New Yorkers will come, they will support you. And
I haven't been up north in like a year and a half. And I look at my insights, like New York is still top of the list.
Mine too.
Top of the
Mine
list.
too. Like as far as like my traffic, 100, like my top number is New York. All social media, on my podcast, is New York is
over
everywhere.
10% in New York.
So from a business standpoint, marketing and everything else, so you guys are okay with the Haitian comedian label and everything else. Now, are you interested into crossing over? Do you want the, like the American following that just come on, whether they, because you know how we follow, I can't even think of anybody on top of my head, like Haitian-Americans, we follow this person just because, we're going to follow y'all, but, we're going to laugh at this person too. Predominant amount of your audience is Haitian. Do we want to cross over? Are we okay where we're at? Does it make sense? Or what does crossover even look like?
I already did.
Yeah.
I already did. Like, what I did was, when I went to New York and Jersey, I collabed with a lot of the, like, people who were coming up doing videos, and I collab with people who are already doing videos.
You've been a monster.
Yeah, and what I did, one tactic I did was I linked up with a lot of people who were doing music. You feel me? So that way, I learned two things at once. I learned how to move in like the marketing standpoint, the promotion standpoint, and I learned a lot about music as well. So if I want to put out my own music, it's easy now. It's like, a lot of people just give you the blueprint.
Yeah.
You feel me? Not everybody will give it to you, like, and it helps you realize who real and who fake. Because a lot of people are like, yeah, do this, do that. And the other person will give you detail.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like, you work with different people. You feel me? I've did the crossover. I still love my Zoes. I still do things for my Zoes. Like, it's not to say like I'm crossing over completely, but it's like you feel me? Like a intersection.
Yeah.
So it's like, basically, I'm in the middle of an intersection.
And you plus?
I don't worry about crossing over. I never feel like I literally went too far either way, honestly. Like, my fan base, I still don't have more Haitian fans than American fans. I'm still pretty half and half. I moved to I moved to New York this past October. I've been there since.
Really?
Yeah, I'm doing UCB.
Well, y'all be sliding out of
Got
Miami.
to.
Success slid out too.
Because you know what South Florida for, man. They want to come here to party and not do business. I'm straight.
Yeah.
So I just got a scholarship to, pardon me, UCB. It's the United Citizens Brigade. It's like an improv school with a pipeline to SNL. So like I've been doing my stand-up rooms in New York. I'm trying to get back into improv. I'm just trying to like just keep my mainstream game strong. Because I still have an hour plus of American stand-up. You understand? So it's like I can do headline time. I can work. So I don't want to let that go to waste. Because I still have a huge American following. I still want to cultivate it. And ultimately, like, that's where my end game is. My end game is Eddie Murphy. Yeah. That's my end game. So I'm not, just because I love performing for Haitian people, because 1,000% Haitian laughs are different. Yeah. I perform for everybody, and Haitian laughs, niggas will get up, Male, où je dois, Male, they'll get up and go walk out the room. Où je dois,
walk out, walk right back in, sit down,
you understand?
Stick their head at you.
Où je dois, où je dois. So like Haitian laughs, they feel good.
Yeah.
Because this joke hit home for all of us.
Yep.
But like, I love my filthy humor. My comedy influence is like, that's where they come from.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, I don't have Haitian comedy influences. So all my Haitian comedy, I approach like Eddie Murphy, like Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
That's how I talk.
Experience.
You understand? So like, mainstream is still where I want. I just love doing this because like, it's dope to be able to tell a story to folks who it's going to resonate with. It's a great feeling.
What do you think is the biggest misconception about Haitian comedians?
That we can't do anything else.
Yeah, people always ask me like, yo, they told me you like, cause like whenever I do like an open mic, like people always like, hey, can we get your number? I need you for a show. Da 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 da. But it's like, hey, could you do anything except like Haitian comedy? Like, do you just? I'm like, nah, bro, I do it all. That's why I came here. If you see me here, obviously I can do more than Haitian comedy.
Don't
but,
snap herself fish. What are you doing?
Exactly.
What's the problem? That's crazy to me.
And then like I was like, I tell people like, wait, that's why I'm here. Like, I'm at an improv where it's predominantly white people, in Boca Raton where the crowd is 45 plus. You feel me?
By Celia, I didn't know you was doing stuff like that.
Come on, man.
And
the thing is,
low key,
that's what's crazy. Like, and like
even with you plus, I know what you do because I had to look into what you do.
Yeah.
And I learned about you before the Haitian-American wave, Haitian-American comedian wave.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, oh, I know the audience, the improv place you come from. But right now, honestly, if I was just going by just following your social media and seeing you on flyers, I wouldn't think you do anything else.
And so it's like, I'm trying my best to get out here and do other things. But it's just that like, also like, the games are completely different. So I don't have to fight. Like, in American comedy, it's a fight because there's 3 million of those niggas, bro. It's 5 million niggas fighting for 15 minutes on stage. Like, there's not that much, like, in Haitian comedy, we work together because there's so few of us.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's not a bunch of dudes fighting for one spot.
Yeah.
You understand? But in American comedy, it literally is dog eat dog. So it's a bunch of dudes fighting for $150. I don't want to fight that hard for $150. Wow. And it's like the Haitian, like the Haitian thing, it allows you to like build. Yeah. It's different. But then I also understand that
it's your own industry. Yeah. You're creating your own industry.
But like, there's a few Haitian comedians, we talk about this often, and they feel like there's a ceiling for what we do. Yeah. Like, for example, like Vlad, Haitian V, and Jonas, I know, are like doing mainstream in Brooklyn, funny as hell. Yeah. But like Haitian Jonas does like stand up.
Yeah. I've been hearing people are sleeping on him.
Big New York clubs, and he is like, we did the improv, and like white people, Cuban people, everybody came out to the show. We slayed them all. Yeah. And like they're funny dudes, and it's like because they've been doing Haitian comedy so long, they haven't got what they want from it. And they're saying that like the Americans are giving me what I want.
Yeah.
Because there's no ceiling there. Like I'm really Haitian Beats on tour with Major Hype.
Yeah.
So that's just Caribbean comedy.
Right.
It's a higher ceiling, still a ceiling, but it's a higher one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can get more Dominicans, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Grenadians, whoever the hell is from there, you can get them in a room.
Yeah.
And it's different.
But doesn't that make sense though? Wouldn't that make sense from a business sense,
It makes
marketing
a lot of
sense?
I think.
Yeah.
It makes absolute, and there is a ceiling.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, like when we talk about, like, I remember I saw a post from on your suite about how we need to support and submit more of our Haitian artists for Grammys and for things of that nature. And I'm like, I'll be okay, but like Grammys, like it's worldwide. Like are that many of us committed to playing harmony so that it can count? Are that many of us no, don't laugh at me. Are that many of us committed to playing Kai to make our boys Grammy nominees? Like, are we committed like that?
But I don't think it's that it's not being played. Now, is it being streamed the correct way?
No, it's
Because
not.
I was on like Spotify recently. I was trying to find a song for one of my American friends that wanted a Mickey song. So I sent it to her and I was like, oh, let me check if it's on Spotify. Like, why did I even have to say, let me check if it's on Spotify? That's one, right? Yeah. So I get to Spotify, it's there. Mickey's biggest song, the numbers don't add up. For the amount of times we play, I'm like, I don't even think it was 500,000. I was like, no way.
And then, like,
I'm like, no way. As much as people play that, who don't know,
And the thing is,
check YouTube.
I have
7 different videos, 13 million each. None of that is Mickey's money. It dropped me crazy, bro.
True.
It's a bunch of thieves stealing from Mickey.
See, I'm gonna give you a little exclusive. I have music in queue that's been mixed and mastered. I'm ready to drop, but I haven't dropped it yet because of that reason. I don't want to put all this marketing and promotion into a song, and I got 7 different videos.
But it's business. You got to know the business of it all.
No,
I literally
I'm
been
learning
having
the
this
business.
conversation with, I was in Haiti recently, and I had this conversation. It's not recent, a couple of years ago, and I was talking to some, artists about music, and then I found out, like, they didn't know that you can get paid off your YouTube videos, and I was shocked. Cause like, what do you mean you don't know you get paid off your YouTube? I said, why do you think like when you send us stuff and we ask for MP4s? We don't ask for MP4s because we ask for MP4s because a lot of times people take your MP4, they put it online, and you're making a profit off it, and they didn't even know that. So it's literally like you have to understand. It's not impossible. You have to understand the business. You have to get it, and it operates a certain way. You shouldn't be afraid to drop your music if you already set it up correctly to where every time I try to post it, that copyright YouTube strike hit. I
that costs money though.
No more.
That costs
I would never
money.
touch another Zoe Poze video after that.
I heard the Leash Shot comments that he was like, he got his YouTube stuff together, and he was like, all the dudes he got in contact with, he was like, when YouTube first hit, he tried to put dudes on, nobody was really on it. He was like, now it's pretty much just him and J Beats making YouTube money.
Yeah, JB.
Because like everybody wasn't open to doing things the new way.
There's a few more artists now doing it. You see the conversation on it on like the Haitian blogs, but it really is about business, and that's the thing. Like I feel like even in the Haitian community, we don't talk too much about. You guys talk about your success, you talk about what you do, you talk about, but there's not really a lot of conversations about the business end of it. What does the business end of being a Haitian comedian looks like? Is there contracts? Is how does it work? Like that kind of conversation I'd have from artists, comedians, and everyone else. That's why I'm like very clear with New Sweet. They ask me, so let me go ahead and email you.
Yeah, like nowadays, I can tell you, I didn't really work with contracts like that. It was like word, like you give me your word, I give you my word, blase, blase. But now I realize I get booked less.
Really? Because it's contracts.
I have like 7 different contracts.
Because they want an excuse to do bad business. That's why.
So it's like when you kind of you close that window of opportunity, they have to respect you now. Now,
is it closing a window of opportunity, or you setting a standard
their
for how you run your business?
I'm setting a standard for me. But closing their window of opportunity, like plus said, to do bad business.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't take it anymore. Cause you feel me, like I was young. You feel me? I'm just learning things, but like. People will tell me, like, yo, you got contracts?
Performing for exposure, bro? You are performing for exposure.
And then logistically, like, for me, it really depends on what the gig is worth. Because, if we sign a contract for $1,000, right, you give me $5. And then you goom in with the other $5. What am I going to do, sue you for $500? You understand? Like, it just, the money has to be worth it. You understand? If things go wrong. Most of what I do, I prefer contract just because I like you to know, because Haitians, like, I love my people, but you guys, like, they try to do this thing where, like, they say, hey, vin ho spoon, I put that, fonti joke la. I'm like, fam, you want stand up. You have to pay me for that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, the contract details what you expect, what I expect. At the very least, we need that so that we both know what we're coming into.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Because
like-
that's been done to me. When there's like, oh, Vinci kek de mon amico, alright. Say, yo, man, moi, mun yo guys, man, buy kek ti joke. I'm like, yo, that's not my, what? That's not my job.
But you see,
I wasn't
and that's
on the
thing.
flyer. No,
Like,
no.
I don't
If
like,
you on anybody's stage and you're not telling jokes, I'm gonna be looking at you like crazy. I'm gonna look at you crazy. You're a
Exactly.
comedian. You're not making me laugh soft.
Exactly.
but that's the thing, because sometimes they don't want to pay you for that. They'll actually do something else and then give you a bunch of hints. Like, I'm a black and white guy. I don't like gray areas. Tell me what you want from me. I can tell you what I can do for you. Let's write it down. Let's sign it up, and then we're both happy.
Yeah.
So that if anything goes wrong, I can refer you to these terms and conditions that you clicked on. You know what I'm saying? I can refer you back there.
Ou si yon pa pi an,
You-
ou voye kontrak lan
You
bay.
click IAG, by the way. Amen. I got nothing else for you, brother.
Coming to America, you both are working on it. Plus, I really feel like people do not even understand how really involved you are with coming through America, because, you know, my boy Success Face is a lot on
Yeah.
it, success, but people don't even realize how involved you are in putting that whole show together. And, you know, the way that you guys have been able to bring all these different comedians together. Everybody's about that. I used to back on some.
Yeah.
Y'all been doing a good job proving
and
that that's not the case. And
I
you just-
hate that stigma really bad.
you guys are doing well together. So where are we going? Where's Coming Through America going? Where is collaborative effort of Haitian? Where are we going? Where's this industry that you're now curating, creating? Where are we going?
I just want to see it grow. Like, at this point, we're working with. So I have the experience of a bunch of stage experience, theater, stand up. So at this point, with this tour, I get the opportunity to give that to a bunch of people who just have raw funny talent and who may not necessarily have the structure. I hope to see in 2 to 3 years that there were more people doing their own Coming Through Americas. So you can pay me to be on your show.
Yeah.
You understand? Because that's the thing. Like, if we're all doing this, then we're creating a busy industry. Because I think we know now that we have people who will come out and pay for a good time if you're professional and if you establish it. So, I mean, like, honestly, there are 17 ballers every week. Why not comedy? It's the
Combien
same
balles?
thing. 17 million. 17 million balls a week. Every week. From up and down the
An
East
pil
Coast.
zamou. Si se 17 million bal, an pil zamou.
Shut up. I hate it. But, like, there are dance parties weekly. There should be comedy shows weekly.
Yeah.
Between New York, between down south, between Montreal, like, we are here and we have the talent to do it. It's just somebody needs to be bold enough to set up a structure.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to trailblaze that trail. So, I mean, we'll pave the road,
Yeah.
create the road, and hopefully everybody else can use that same road to create their own thing.
Yeah.
Because it's lucrative and more, and, like, Haitians are changing where, like, more of us now have disposable income.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, we have more people doing different things. So you can come out and have a good time.
Yeah.
Haitians go out now. Haitians have a good time now. Like, we're not our parents.
Yeah. Outside of, you know, we're making fun and we're talking about these topics, because I know what my call of actions are sometimes. And I'm like, if somebody would give me an opportunity to ask for what I want, I would listen. These are the 5 things I'm going to need to continue doing what I do. Because a lot of times it's labor of love and I still got light bills to pay. So what would be that message for you guys? If you can say, like, one thing that, as far as, like, you as an artist, from us, the community that think we're, you know, just clicking on your videos or liking is enough, what would that be?
I guess the message for me would be, like, we're comedians. We love to make you guys feel good and feel happy, but we also demand to be taken seriously, I think. Because, like, we're artists. Even though people may not always see the art in what we do, we're totally artists and we're business people, just like everybody else are. So it's like, for me, like, I'm my funniest on stage because I don't like folks playing with me in real life. I keep a very serious demeanor about me because it's like I learned that if you let people, they won't take you seriously.
Yeah.
And I can't afford that because I'm full-time.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's like I need this to keep going. So it's like I need my things to be straight black and white. So just... they're artists. You understand? Comedians are artists. They're business people. Take them seriously.
Yeah. Pose it?
Yeah, like he said, you gotta take me seriously because like I am goofy. You feel me? I like to have a good time. I like to make jokes here and there, like all day. I don't stop. Like I'll be by myself. I see somebody. Me got figure me see. So I be by myself. So like I be telling her, like I be on the phone like with like what I do, like let's say if I could book for a wedding, what I like to do to make sure people know that I'm like serious and like I'm about my business. Let's say there's a couple's about to get married. I was like, let's meet up a month before your wedding. Let's have a sit down. Let's have at least two. You feel me? Meet me here. Meet me at Panera. Meet me at Starbucks. You feel me? And I sit down with them. I was like, so what are you looking for from me? Like, what do you want? Like, and I make sure I have my laptop out, taking notes. You know, and it's not to put up a facade. It's like it's all facts. Like I'm really doing this because I enjoy what I do. I want to make sure that I deliver. You feel me? I don't want a bad review. You feel me? It's all about customer service with me. But you know, sometimes I feel like my goofiness gets in the way. It's like all this nigga do is play. I'm like, no, I'll be serious too, but I'm like more passive aggressive. You feel me? But like if I need to get aggressive, I'll get aggressive. That's why now I have contracts because now I'm all aggressive. My grand dumb enough you will. Like let's say me and you talking, yeah. Like you say you want to book me, yeah. All right, just give me your phone number. Da-da-da. Once I text you, I was like, what's your email? I sent you. All you're gonna hear is. I'm sending contracts.
And then like I'm also learning from like how like other people like especially in our community they do business.
Yeah.
Like some of these compound bands they do straight tough business, bro. Like from what I understand, I've heard legends about T-Vice's mother, like their manager.
Oh, Jesse
I've heard legends. I've heard legends of how this woman does business, and that inspires me.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You gonna take her seriously. You know what I'm saying? Because she commands that. She sets that air.
Yeah.
The way Frank and Menage a Trois do business, it's inspiring. Because it's clean business, it's straight cut, and I mean it's nothing personal about it. And it's like when I watch it, I learn from it. And it helps people take you seriously because it's a demeanor game, bro.
Yeah.
It really is a demeanor game. It really is how you present yourself. Which is why it works that success is so really, really goofy.
Yeah.
And like why he likes being in front. Because it allows me to be mean behind the scenes.
Yeah. That's why it's a lot of times people they don't know how involved you are even coming to America, but you are. Yeah.
It's a structure. It works. It works out perfectly.
Oh, Ms. Ami, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I've been looking forward to this interview because I feel like we talk a lot off the scenes with people with like these type of conversations. You know, it was time to have them. It was time to have these conversations on the microphone. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for making time for us today. If they are living under a rock and they don't already know how to follow you guys, how can people find you?
You can find me Instagram PLUSDADDY. On Facebook, I am Plus Pierre. If you're into filthy comedy, I have a podcast every week, NWO Podcast. Come and find me on the Instagram, NWO Podcast. Thank you guys so much. I love you, Wanda.
Look, this, he done put on shades to do this. Look at Poze.
Bienvenue, messieurs, dames. Bienvenue tout le monde. You are listening to the Sweet Podcast. Let me tell you something about Zoe Poze. If you want to find Zoe Poze, you can find him anywhere. Black Planet, MySpace. Mda gen lot bagay men bab dil sou sa, woman. But waka jwen mwen at Zoe Poze. Okay? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Ki lot bagay yo? Okay.
Bagay ki nan chou contract la. Sak nan contract.
Ah, tout. Même contrat. On écrit Zoe Poze. So besoin joindre contrat online ou ka joindre. Zoe Poze is not hard to book. I'm everywhere. You can find me. Okay? Quand si police te besoin arrêter me là konya, you t'a joindre moi parce que I'm everywhere. Okay?
All right, everyone. That was Plus Daddy and Zoe Poze on the Sweet Podcast. Thank you for the support. Continue to support us on the Sweet Podcast on social media, website, the Sweet Podcast. We are on iTunes, Google Play, and where else we have, Sandra? iTunes, Google Play, and SoundCloud. So make sure you guys support us, like, share, comment. Until next time.